It is also a truth universally acknowledged that a woman in possession of a great talent must be in want of a brilliant best friend, and Jane Austen was no exception. She may even have appreciated that friend more than we will ever know. That is to say, she enjoyed the delights of having someone in her life who would become one of her closest and dearest, nay, even beloved people, but was not bound to her by the calls of family duty or a father's will. By Jane's own definition, Martha Lloyd was that friend. The friend and sister under every circumstance. Much is known, guessed at, and imagined in relation to her strongest and most precious female bond, that with her older sister Cassandra. When Jane was born, her own father, delighted in his new daughter, instantly connected her with the notion of friendship when he declared her a plaything for Cassie and a future companion. We know that Jane also had other female friends, of whom she was sincerely and deeply fond, such as Madame Anne Lefroy, who lived in the rectory at the nearby village of Ash. She was a most cultured and revered person of high standing in the local community, who herself introduced the smallpox vaccine to local children, and who loved to encourage the intelligence and interests of the young Jane. When Madame Lefroy was killed by a fall from her horse on Jane's birthday in 1804, Jane still recalled this precious woman 4 years later in a poignant poem that demonstrated just how deeply her loss was felt. Anne Sharp, one-time governess to her brother Edward's children, was also someone that Jane just clicked with, perhaps partly as they sought refuge together from the oppressive atmosphere that found them both at the lower end of the pecking order at the Godmersham estate, but also due to their shared love of theatre and literature. The big sisters, who lived at the nearby Manydown estate, remained consistently within Jane's friendship circle, despite marriage and Miles getting in their way in later years. Her cousin Eliza de Fayide was perhaps her most exotic plaything, an inspirational free spirit to whom Jane felt a true connection that was mutually expressed and enjoyed long before Eliza married her brother Henry. It is true also, to a certain extent, that Martha's own sister Mary was, in her own way, a friend of Jane's. Friendship has many levels and is defined in many different ways by the individuals involved. So, what makes a friend a best friend? What is it that venerates a person into a category all of their own?